you didn't come with no money at all, at least your presence is here. That's charity. We love that as well. So brothers and sisters, I ain't going to mess around no more. I'm not going to mess around no more. I'm going to bring out the person you came to see tonight. A person who's worked tirelessly for the black community. I personally have been up and down the country with this black man. This black man. You've seen him on TV. You've seen him doing this. You've seen him doing that. But yet, he doesn't forget where he's come from. He always remains grassroots. And he loves black people. And he wants to give a word tonight, brothers and sisters. A serious word. And I thank Allah, subhanahu to Allah, the most glorious creator, for bringing out black people in numbers tonight to show that today is a new day. So brothers and sisters, when I bring this brother on, make some noise. Brother Leo X Chester, make some noise.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, I bear witness that there is but one God. Whether we call him Allah, or whether we refer to him as God, whether we use the term Rastafari, whether we use the term Buddha, whatever the name, brothers and sisters, that we give to the entity of power and force, I bear witness that there is but one. And I bear witness that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is indeed his last messenger and greatest apostle. And I further bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan Muhammad is a divine man, a reminder, a leader, a teacher, and a guide left among black people today for our guidance. And I would like, brothers and sisters, to greet you in the greeting words of peace. We say it in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum. Once again, I must say, for those brothers and sisters who don't know what those words mean, we don't say the word Assalamu alaikum to be clever. We say the word because we want you to become acquainted with our language, which was taken from us by force some 440 years ago. And so when we greet you in peace, we want us to appreciate that it's not something foreign. We're not trying to be Indians or Pakistanis. We're not trying to follow some foreign trend. We're reminding black people of our glorious past, our glorious history. We're a people, when we meet one another, we say peace. How more beautiful could it be for you to wake up in the morning and see your wife and see your son or your daughter or your husband, and the first thing that comes out of your mouth to the one you love is peace. Just an Arabic word translated into English means peace be unto you. So that's why we say it, brothers and sisters, and we hope that you understand that we're not trying to bamboozle you with any science. Now, please, brothers and sisters, beloved, keep the charity going. As my brother said, try to make it a silent one. Give as much as you can, because we want to be able to give back something to the family to say, this is what black people put together on behalf of you. Don't find a little bit of change in your pocket that you think you don't need to give. That's not charity. What's charity is when you give something and you actually feel it. It actually hurts. You say, I did something tonight. And it makes you feel good in yourself, because you know that you've actually made a sacrifice on behalf of somebody else, expecting nothing back in return. So please keep that going, brothers and sisters. Now, I really want to get right to the point. We're a little bit late and behind time, and I would like to thank all of the brothers for standing. And I want to say to you, brothers, when I say that, I don't want you to think I'm saying that you've really done anything great. We got to get out of that. You haven't done anything great by standing. Standing should be standard for us. Should be standard for us as men. Is that right? Yes, as black men, we got to learn, brothers, that, we got some work to do. And part of the work is going to be standing up Not just talking, standing up, but physically standing up on behalf of our nation, on behalf of our women, on behalf of our children, on behalf of ourselves. So this little standing that we're doing in here tonight shouldn't be no hardship at all. In truth, when you consider how long we've been waiting for freedom, to stand for a couple of hours should be nothing. When we go to the dance every night, we don't complain about standing, right? Praise be to Allah. And you know when we stand in the dance, we don't just stand, we're moving as well. So, brothers, if your leg gets tired, shift from one leg to the next. Just move, just be a man, be a black man. The black man is the most rhythmical man on the planet. He is the most versatile man on the planet, so we should know how to adjust our shoulders so that we feel better. Don't be staying in one position, because then you could get into trouble. Now, brothers and sisters, tonight we've come out here because we say we're in a state of emergency. And we want to look at this issue of black on black crime and who benefits and what's the solution. Brothers and sisters, I want to start by asking you a question. If you leave here tonight, and as you exit the doors, as an individual, I'm talking to each individual, not as a collective, but as one person. Look at yourself. As you leave the doors and you walk past the pillar out there made of concrete, there is an explosion in the concrete, and it's obvious that somebody has just fired a bullet at you. But it's missed. You go beyond that point and you walk around the corner. And as you walk around the corner, heading to your car, a car comes from the road onto the pavement in your direction. You jump out of the way and get behind a lamppost, and the car just manages to miss you. You avoid that and you go on further. You manage to get home. And when you get to your home, when you put your hand on your key and put it in the door to open, you are hit by 1,000 volts of electricity. That fizzles out and you're shaking and your hair is smoking. But you manage to get into the house. You manage to take off your clothes and get into the bed. As you lay in the bed, you feel something crawling along your leg. You pull back the quilt, and there is a black mamba snake twirling around your leg. One of the most poisonous snakes on the planet. You manage to flick him out of the bed, and you jump up. Brothers and sisters, the question I'm asking you is, if these things happen to you tonight, how long would it be before you would begin to realize that somebody is trying to kill you? How long would it be? How long would it be? Or would we think, oh, that's a coincidence? If you're in your house and a member of your family in the house says at the top of their voice, fire! How many of you under those circumstances would continue to watch EastEnders? How many of us? Or would we hear that call and realize that something was wrong? That there was a fire in the house, meaning we better get out? How many of us, brothers and sisters? Because I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, we're in danger today. There is stuff happening around us as we speak. And many of us are like what they describe as a ostrich with our head in the sand. Or we're like deaf people or dumb people or blind people, and we can't see or hear what's happening right in our face. Brothers and sisters, a warning comes to people as a mercy. Did you know that? Do you know that when you get a headache, it's a warning? It's telling you that something is wrong inside. It's telling you to change your diet. It's telling you to stop doing that thing that you've been doing. It's not telling you to go to the doctor and get some more migraine tablets. It's not telling you that. That's what somebody else wants you to do. But what it's telling you is that something is amiss, and you need to now check what you're putting in, because that's causing you disturbance. That's causing your head to ache. Brothers and sisters, today is a day when I really must say to you in humbleness, don't make a mistake of thinking that this is a vanity trip, that we're here because we haven't got nothing better to do. We're here to give a warning, because warning is a mercy to a people before that which comes after the warning comes. Allah God never punishes a people without first sending them warning. Warning. And what's happening in the black community right now is that we're getting warnings. But our day of warning is running out. Now I'm saying to you, brothers and sisters, you're here tonight, most of us, because we feel something inside. Something inside of us is telling us that we need to hear something different or something new. Because there's something happening, and it's almost inexplicable. We can't seem to put our finger on what's going on. Many of us, as we were growing up and coming up, we never knew nothing about Islam. We never knew nothing about Muslims. All we knew was that there were some Indian people who wore robes and wrap up their head, male and female. You see some woman look like tent walking down the road with a little slit for the eyes. That's what we knew about Islam. Or we watched Arabian Nights on the TV, and we saw what they call Arab people eating grapes in a harem, in a tent, in the desert. And that's how we saw Islam. We saw a woman with a ruby in her belly button dancing to a whole heap of some strange kind of music. And that's what we knew about Islam. But don't you see that there's something happening, brothers and sisters? All of a sudden in 1996, just coming out of 95, almost everybody in the room tonight, you know some black person who today says, I'm a Muslim. You know somebody who has recently so-called converted. You keep hearing over and over again, Islam, Islam. Everywhere you go, you're trying to get away from it. Some of you don't want no Muslim business. But everywhere you go, this Muslim thing keep coming back in your face. Some of you going to the nightclubs now, just trying to rave. Muslim outside. And you're asking yourself, what's going on? You need to know what this thing is all about. Now, brothers and sisters, in the black community, we have hopes and dreams. As a people, we long for change. We've been longing for change since slavery. Since slavery, the people, the black people who were enslaved, you know, they used to pray to God every day. The black people in slavery, they were the most faithful people to God ever on the planet. They prayed to God for a change. They wanted to know, when will our liberation come? The black people in slavery, they akin themselves to the people under Israel, under a wicked, the people under a wicked Pharaoh. They saw themselves as the children of Israel, and they were waiting for a Moses to come. That's why the parents of Marcus Garvey called him Marcus Messiah Garvey, because they were looking for somebody. That's why during slavery, when the babies were born, we would hold the babies up. That's why we would look at the baby and examine the baby in minute detail, because we're looking, could this be the one? Black people have been longing, hoping, dreaming, praying for years, brothers and sisters, hundreds of years, for a change, for something different, something new. And even though you might think, because you have a little flat, you got your BMW, you got your slim mobile phone, you think, you know, sometimes we get, you know, we start thinking, well, me all right, me I do well, you know. In your deepest regions, you're still hoping for change. You're still dreaming of something different, something new, because you know that things are still not right. I went to what they call Dougie's last night. They call it what? Elite now? elite. And while I was in there, I was trying to remember what it was like when I used to go, because I used to go to the dance, you know, like 10, 15 years ago. Some of you brothers remember. And it's really strange with the dance, because the black man, you know, brothers, we get ready for the dance. Those of us who are not fortunate enough to have a woman in the house with us, a sister, a mother, or a friend who would iron our trousers and our clothes, we do it ourselves, right? Yeah, the black man is good with an iron when he has to be. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We get ourselves ready, and we're looking forward to the dance. And while we're in the house preparing to go to the dance, pressing that shirt and getting ourselves stush, we would be kind of singing to ourselves, might be listening to the radio or putting our own track. We got something playing in the house, and we'd be rocking with our shirt kind of dangling, and we got the clean socks on. No trousers yet, because we're ironing the trousers. We're having a good time. But then, when we get to the dance, something happens. Something about our constitution changes. Because that was 15 years ago when I used to go, but last night I was in the place and I saw my brothers, and I saw the same thing last night. I still saw this black man and the woman who go out to enjoy themselves, but they're in the dance, and I see the black man dancing, and the black man's, and I'm checking my brother, and I'm saying to myself, is he really enjoying himself? Are we really enjoying ourselves? We, in the old days, used to spend money that we didn't have, brothers, on crocodile skin shoes, right? Talk back to me, black man. We would go and buy snake. Whatever was out there, that was the best. We never had the money, but we'd find it. And we would buy it. We would get the best garments. And we would go to the dance, and it's pitch black. Nobody can see the Crocs. Nobody can see the suit. And we would go and find an even darker corner than the rest of the dance. Stand up in the corner and put out a foot. Deliberately. So that some poor, unsuspecting fool would come along and mush the Crocs. So that we could cut him. Or beat him. Or make him buy us drinks all night. Well, man, I'm with Crocs, you just smash, you know. You have any money? Because we go to enjoy ourselves, but there's another dimension to it. There's something not quite right. We're unhappy at the same time that we're happy. We go into the dance, brothers, and we're in the dance like a thief. We stand up, and I'm talking about, you know, sometimes we go to a birthday party. Not even the big dance now. This is a birthday party or somebody's christening. Some family event. And when we go into the person's house and we take our little bottle of can I kill you? Yes, you can. And we give that into the kitchen and we pour out some expensive brandy. And when we go to the dance in the people's house and we see a whole heap of people in the passage, well, we're vexed immediately. Like they ain't got no right to be there. What you want to just cark up the place. But you knew what to expect even before you came. But we go now, and in the house there's always a very dark room. The person's living room. That's where the real dancing will take place. And as brothers, we go into that room. As sisters, we go into that room. And we separate, and the floor in the middle is empty, and we just find a wall. And the brothers, they act like they're on a mission. They look around. And as a sister goes past, them grab her, come here, baby. It's like a snatch, it's like a steal. The black man don't ask, can I have this dance? Because you know, black men don't like shame. He don't want to be told no. So him just take you. And Before you know it, sister, you're dancing with a man you don't even know. Some strange individual. Or it might be your best friend, man. You know what I'm talking about, right? And the kind of dancing that we're doing, the sister feels so ashamed. I'm telling you something, black people, about us tonight. I want us to listen because we're dealing with a serious issue here. But sisters, when you go into that dance, invariably, you tuck your head into this strange man's chest. You turn your back to the majority of the people because you don't want them to see you. The brother holds you with one hand. The other hand is free in kiss. While he's dancing with you, he might look round. He makes sure his back is against the wall. He rubs off the wallpaper. You just tuck in, sister. Why do we do this, brothers and sisters? Do you know that as a black person, you have a highly developed conscience? Do you know that by nature you are the most moral being on the planet? Do you know, brothers and sisters, that you know instinctively that what you're doing is wrong? You know it. And what you're doing, that's why the light has to be off. You know what I'm talking about. You've been in the dance, right? When some idiot puts on the light. And it's like a vampire film. People will scream. Man will leap from the corner and take out the light. In 2 seconds flat, the light is out again. Because nobody wants no light. When you go to the Caucasian's party, not only will he have the standard light, he'll add lights. And he'll hold on to the woman's backside all night going round in circles. He don't care who's looking. He don't business. He'll be with the woman and it don't matter how many people is in the room. They don't wait for a party to do that. They do that on London Underground. They do that on the street at the bus stop. What it's demonstrating is that you're dealing with people here with 2 completely different natures. 2 completely different natures. One has a conscience, one has none. Don't give a damn. As far as I can say, nothing wrong with it. But because we've been wrapped up with them now for a while, some of us are following now. Oh yeah. Some of us are getting very strange. That's not my subject. I want to keep going because I want to get to a point, brothers and sisters. In the 60s, Marvin Gaye said, "What's going on?" All of us who know that song, "What's going on?" we love that song. There's a quality about that song. It's a question, a proverbial question that's continuous to be asked. What's going on? What's going on? Today, in the 90s, black man will still ask the question. When we meet one another on the street, we say, "What? What going on, man? Where I said? Where I said?" We reply, "Well, I've been not saying nothing. Just a look, you know what I mean? So what? Nothing now go on then? No, I'm just there, you know? Saying. It's a question. Black people are looking for change. The question, what go on? What's going on? It goes deep, man. Black people are coming out because they want to know, is there anything new on the horizon? Or is it the same? Is it the same old foolishness? Because I want to know what's going on. Brothers and sisters, we're asking questions because there are questions that need answers. As a people, many of us are puzzled, man. And because we're now over 20, because we're now so-called adults, because we're so-called now man and woman, because we're now so-called mature, some of us, because of ego, because of vanity, we don't want to say to our brother or our sister, you know something, I don't know, you know. We don't want to. So we spend our life bluffing. We spend our life going through life one big bluff, trying to convince everybody that, yeah, me did them, I'm confident, I know what go on. But inside, we don't know. We're unsure. And whenever you're unsure, whenever you don't know, you feel unstable. Your foundation is not set. So black people walk around, people you know, people in this room right now, putting up a front, but feeling very, very shaky and very inadequate. Brothers and sisters, that's why when a Jesse Jackson comes over here, black people pack out the place. That's why when we hear that maybe a Colin Powell is coming, black people pack out the place. That's why when a big star comes over, black people pack out the place. When R. Kelly comes, black people are down there. Whoever comes, even when some crazy white man by the name of Morris Cerullo comes, it's our people. It's our people that pack it out. Because black people are searching. We're looking for an answer. The other day, my brother, Buju, I was a bit upset with him because he was, in my view, kind of coming on that mad crazy kind of tip. Shabba and the boys were kind of not saying nothing. And I'm a brother, my background is from a longer time. I may look young, but I'm getting on. Many of you, you know the era I'm talking about. We're the people coming from that roots background. We're the roots rock people. We're the lovers rock people. We're the people who grew up with the Bob Marley. We're the people who grew up in the era of burning the spear. Take us away from Africa with the intention to steal our culture. Humble yourself, my children. Humble yourself, my little ones. Humble yourself. That's where we're coming from. The people who grew up on lyrics that were saying something. So when I heard my brothers coming up now with, come here, girl, say dog buddy, it's kind of upsetting me. Because I said to myself, are we going forward or are we going backward? Because Bob Marley, he tried to take us onto another level, man. He told us, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, for none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Which book have we got to fulfill? Which book have we got to fulfill? Praise be to Allah. Which book have we got to fulfill? Why shouldn't we fear atomic energy? What is it that this brother was saying? And do you know the saddest thing of all? Is that while Brother Bob lived, you and I didn't support him? Oh yeah, for real, for real. Do you know that when Bob Marley had his concerts, it was Caucasians that packed the place out? Do you know that many of us sat down and said, sure, he's a half-caste. He's a little sellout. Him gone too commercial. Yeah, that's what we said about our brother while he lived and spoke to us. And then the white man announced that he was dead at age 36. And many of us said, what, Bob, really? Boy, terrible, man. And just carry on. Didn't even give it a second thought. Bob Marley had to die. He had to die. Those of you with Bob Marley records at home, when you go home tonight, you go and revisit Bob. And you listen to what that brother was saying to us. Because that brother was given to us by God. to give us a message. And he was our brother. Don't care about the little bit of white blood. Because if you got one drop of black blood, you're black. And I don't care how light your skin is. If you don't believe you're black, you go and ask the National Front. They'll soon tell you who you are. Brothers and sisters, Buju recently has switched. Buju is now talking about the story that's never been told. And black people, you know, it made you feel good when you realized Buju switched. The whole has never been told. Untold Stories, I think the album is called. Buju is talking into that problem that I expressed to you a minute ago, the same questions that we're asking. He is perplexed about the same thing. He's asking the question, what about these stories that's never been told? When are you and I going to really get to understand what's going on? Brothers and sisters, I want to say to you in humbleness that as a people, you and I right now are being set up. I'm going to say that again. You and I right now, as you stand here, there is a genocidal plot against your and my life. Understand this. I don't care how good a friend you are to your white neighbor. I don't care how much you think Sharon, who you left at home tonight, black man, loves you. I don't care. Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Black woman, I don't care how much. Tommy. Tells you how lovely you are. You don't like the rest of those blackbirds. You're all right. I don't care. There is a genocidal conspiracy right now against every black man, woman, and child on this planet. And those of us who find ourselves in this place called the UK, oh, brothers and sisters, I want to tell you something tonight. I pray that you will be patient with us. I pray that we are able to give a word tonight that will inspire you to know, because we ain't here to preach no doom and gloom. See, in part of the heading of what we've pronounced tonight, we said, what's the solution? But I must warn you, before we really get into this, I have to warn you, because today is a day when we must be honest to black people. We've got to get out of this thing where we say things to be pleasing. So I'm going to come up here, and to make you like me, I'm going to say all the things that I think you want to hear, to make me like, no, I'm not here for that. We're here to tell the truth regardless. So the warning is this. Where I come from in Jamaica, we have a saying, wanty can't get it, getty no want it. What I'm saying to you now is, don't find yourself being guilty of that tonight. What I mean is that every person in this room, at one point or another in your life, you've said to yourself, I want to know the truth. You look in the mirror, you say, hey, you know something? I want to know what's going on. I want to know why I was born. I want to know why God permit me to come onto this earth. I want to know what is the purpose of my life. If I took a camera right now and took a picture of all of us with a broad kind of lens, and I took a picture of every one of us in this room tonight, and in 6 months' time we came back, or if we came back on the 27th, Brother Hillary's meeting at the recreation center, and I brought the picture back with me, and I said to you, brothers and sisters, do you remember the other day on the 14th when we were down at the Brixton, I took that picture? Here's the picture, I've developed it, and I handed it out. The first person you would look for in that picture is yourself. Not because of vanity, but because it's a law of nature. You want to know immediately upon receipt of that picture, what was I wearing that night? How did I look? Did I have any matter in my eye? Did I have cream in the corner of my mouth? You want to know. Where did you stand in the picture? On the planet Earth, it's the same thing. As a people, you want to know, where do I fit into the scheme of things? Where am I in the picture? And so, brothers and sisters, this is the question that you've asked. But when you ask a question, don't already have a preconceived notion. When you ask a question, you should humble yourself and expect an answer. Those of us in here who pray, Muslims, you know we should be praying, right? Brothers and sisters in the general black community, we should be a praying people. Those of us who do pray and those of us who don't pray, who should pray, let me just say this to you. The next time you say a prayer, whether you do it as a so-called Christian like this, or whether we do it as a so-called Muslim like this, whichever way you pray, the next time you pray, make your prayer sincere. And whatever it is that you're praying for, expect an answer. And I guarantee you, see, that's what we don't understand about prayer. Because we pray and we're saying, oh God, you know, help me, God. I want this, God. Would you just look after me, God? I beg you, don't make me get catching on this team. I got to do it. God, please. It's an insincere prayer. It's a prayer where we're just going through the motions. We don't really believe that anyone can hear the prayer. We don't really believe there's a God who answers prayer. So we say the prayer, but while we say the prayer, we're doing it on shaky ground. So you don't get no answer. But if you make a sincere prayer, like if you say, I sincerely desire to know a thing. Once you make up your mind, I guarantee you the answer is coming. But now, don't make a mistake now. Because when the answer comes, don't say, sure, I don't like the answer. Want it, can't get it. Get it, I want it. You say you want it, but when it comes, because it don't come in the form that you preconceived or thought it should be, you reject it. But it's the truth. And truth requires an action to come behind truth. When truth comes, you must act upon truth. Let me give you an example. Brother, you say to the sister, I love you. She says back to you, and I love you too. Sounds kind of beautiful, right? 6 weeks' time, or 6 hours' time, or 6 years' time, she comes back to you, brother, and she says, you know something? I don't love you anymore. Now that hurts. That's a very painful thing to be told. Bob Marley put it this way. He said the truth is an offense, but not a sin. You see, truth can be offensive. If somebody says to you, well, man, your fly is undone and your underpants look dirty, you know. It might hurt. Still the truth. It requires an action. Do up your zip. Run home, wash the pants. It requires an action. You may not like it, but it's truth. You may not like the fact that the sister no longer loves you. She's fallen out of love with you. But then don't turn around, brother, and deny truth, deny reality, and start stalking her. You're outside her house. If me can't have you, nobody else can. Because the next thing, you're in jail for killing the sister. And immediately the handcuffs are slapped on you. You regret. What me do it for? If the police are asking you, why did you do it, mate? She said she gonna leave me. What, you killed her for that? Yeah, I don't know why. Immediately you've done it, you regret it. Because you knew that she told you the truth and all you had to do was act on the truth, go about your business. It may hurt, but truth requires action in accordance with the truth. So don't say you want it, and now we come to give it to you, you're going to reject it. Weigh up what's said to you in your heart and in your mind. And if it is the truth, act upon it. Don't find yourself in 1996 on the opposite side of truth, you will be in big trouble. Truth is a law in itself. And today is a day, brothers and sisters, we must understand why we're in so much trouble, because we're out of sync with that law. Now, brothers and sisters, the other day,